Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be exploring the exciting world of pure PvP in old school RuneScape. I'll guide you through the essential steps to build a successful pure account, covering optimal stat distributions, effective combat styles, and the best gear choices for various PvP scenarios. We'll also delve into advanced tactics such as baiting, predicting opponents' moves, and maximizing your damage output. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to refine your existence, pure PvP skills, this video will have something for everyone. Let's start with F keys. So the F keys I have set them to pre-EOC F keys. We have F1 for my inventory, F2 for my equipment inspector, F3 for prayer, F4 for spellbook, and F5 to use my spec. So for those who don't know what F keys are, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. So players can assign any action to an F key, making it a highly personal and efficient way to play. So for common uses such as you want to access and manage your items in your inventory quickly, or whether that's switching between prayer options or switching to the spellbook to cast spells quicker and to activate your special attack and to do it faster. So it's all, it's all efficient ways to play. I think it's very crucial that you use F keys to PK. I know for the people that played back in the day may have not used it, but if you're starting to get back into PKing, I do highly advise you use F keys. And a quick setup on how to set up the F keys. All you have to do is go in the in-game settings, right? You access the game setting menu, you type keybinds, and then you just assign what, for example, you want to set your F keys to. But I highly suggest you do pre-EOC F keys. Now, let me demonstrate why F keys are important. So for example, watch this. F1's my inventory. If I want to go to my prayer, F3. So if I'm in a fight, I want to be using my F keys. So I'm changing prayer, switching gear, using my F keys, changing gear, so on and so on. It just helps you, it saves you so much more time. And yeah, it's really great because you don't want to be clicking like this and this during a fight because you'll lose out on so much damage and it could potentially get you killed. Right, so guys, on a pure, it's completely different to the main. On a pure, you want to have a decent amount of combo food, because you're going to be getting hit every single time because you're low defense. So bringing combo eats on a pure are very effective. As you guys can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard food, along with 6 brews and a Karambrum for a triple eat just in case things get bad. So I'm going to show you guys something. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys what a triple eat is for those who don't know. It's very crucial in PvP because it can save you and it is very overpowered. So right now I'm 63 HP, right? Let's say in a fight, if I'm this HP, my opponent is either going to want to spec me or just, do a lot of damage to me. So what I'm going to show you is, my opponent's going to attack me in 3 seconds. I'm going to do a countdown and I'm going to show you how overpowered and why you should triple eat. So in 1, 2, 3. Before he got his spec, I'm already green bar. So if you're ever in a circumstance where you feel like you're under heavy fire, you first want to triple eat and straight into a double eat, get your HP up and then restore. Because if you don't, you will die. So make sure you learn how to triple eat. So with the triple eat, you have to do it in the order of an Angler, Brew, and Karambrum. You can't Brew, Angler, because then that means you're pop locked. So you want an Angler, Brew, and Karambrum. I'll show you guys in a quick motion on how to triple eat successfully. Right, guys, I've got 3 triple eats here. I'm going to show you the motion and the order to triple eat. So, watch this. Angler, Brew, Karambrum. It's all in one tick, right? Angler, Brew, Karambrum. Angler, Brew, Karambrum. And that's how you successfully triple eat. Okay, go. And just like that, people, you saw the triple eat in action in a fight. So make sure you guys are triple eating. Right, now the last topic I'm going to cover on eating and food on RuneScape is pop block. You don't want to pop block yourself in a fight. So if you're low HP and you're panicking, you got to make sure you send off a double, even better, a triple. So obviously the triple's this, the double's this. You don't want to do this, because it won't register in time and you will only like single eat. So make sure you click your hard food first, then your brew, because if not, you're going to be pop blocked and you're not going to be able to get your HP high enough, and who knows, you might die from it. So Make sure you don't port block yourself. Bottom switching. Right, guys, if you guys are pure beginners, I'm going to want all of you guys to bottom switch. Reason I say that is because everything is at the bottom. Like, your spec at the bottom, you know, your prayers, like, majority at the bottom, and your spellbook, everything, like, say, in the bottom. So, for example, I can switch and do a three-way, switch my F keys back, and it's still near my switches and my prayers. So, it's very good to use, and it doesn't take too much toll on the brain. Meaning, for example, your spellbook's over here and you're chucking like a fire surge from here and then having to go all the way back here to switch. So I'm going to show you guys now how to, you know, how this works and why bottom switching is so good for pure PK. Alright guys, I'm going to fight my opponent. I'm going to show you why bottom switching is good. Watch this. Send in a bolt. Flame. You see, I don't really have that much mouse movement. Everything is so close to one another. As you guys can see, look at here. Back into the mage. Switch my prayer. Back into the bow. Back into the mage. Everything's close together, guys. And that's how you want it, man. Because it just makes everything so much easier. It doesn't make it look overcomplicated. Like that, watch. I'm going to double E. I'm going to stand here. And just, as you guys can see, I'm not moving my mouse a lot. Just a few clicks. And everything is all together. So, I highly recommend you guys bottom switch. Right, guys. Now the spellbook. For it to be like mine and have everything close. So, what you want to do is, you want to turn your filter on. And go to filters. And I want you guys to copy all of these. So, show combat. Show spells you like the runes to cast. Show spells you like the requirements to cast. And then after that, I want you to click back in the filter. Click reordering, right? So you can reorder your prayer book. Not your prayer book, your magic book. To this loadout. So just pause the video here. And just slowly, you know, move everything to how I have mine set. So the Flames of Zami here. The Entangle here, Teleblock there, and that's pretty much all you need, unless you're going to be Fire Surgeon, but you can just switch these two around, whether you feel like it or not. But yeah, make sure you guys get that done. Now, small disclaimer, guys, I have pot smash off, meaning when I finish a vial, it's not going to break. The reason I have this is so it doesn't mess up my inventory, because say I have like 5 vials, empty vials, and say I want to go for a special attack, my granite wall is going to go somewhere up there. So I just have it turned off. So that way I can keep control of my inventory and stuff doesn't get muddled around. Right, plugins. Plugins that you want. You're going to want to go onto the Rune Light configuration. Type timers and buff. Scroll down to the bottom. And you want it turned on for teleblock timer. So it tells you how long you get teleblocked for. So whilst you're in a fight, it's handy to know how long you're TB'd for. And freeze timer. So obviously, again, it tells you what it does. So it tells you how long you are frozen for. So these are a few helpful plugins that I would suggest that you have turned on for when you do PK. And yeah, we'll get into the other plugins in a second. This is optimal. This is the PvP performance tracker. You might see a few PKers use it in their videos. What it does, it shows a fight overlay of how much damage you have dealt. You can also tweak it to show how much damage you deserve to hit. It can show you how many prayers you got hit off prey and how many prayers you hit on prey. So I guess if you're learning, you could have it turned on just to see, you know, as you guys can notice your own progression from when you get into fights. So I think it's good to have over time because it then really gets you focusing. And for example, if you're in a fight and you know that you haven't done well, you can see that, right, I have lacked in getting my prayers right for this fight. You know, for my next fight, I'm going to try drift my mind into making sure that I get the overheads correct. So this is just optimal. I feel like you can come back to this once you feel like you've got a decent grip at pure PKing. And obviously like getting your overheads right and keeping HP high, doing damage. So you can always come back to the PvP tracker. So it's not needed, but for the future, if you want to get good and see where you're going wrong, the PvP tracker is good. So guys, going over plugins and stuff like that, a lot of people say, Greg, what's more important when it comes to like pure naturing? Because pure naturing can be very brutal because you're one defense, so that means you're going to get hit, guaranteed almost every hit. So people are like to me, what is more important? Me making sure I do damage or making sure that I get my prayers right? In my opinion, it's very important to make sure you get your overheads right because you can get severely punished. So I'm not saying you shouldn't fight offensively, but I feel like once you get a good strat on your defense, making sure you're getting your overheads and stuff like that correctly during the fight, you know, it will pay off itself and you guys will start to see a better difference in yourself, and you can slowly then start moving to offense and doing damage back whilst making sure you're protecting yourself. So 100% make sure you try to get as many overheads as possible right if you want to be a good PK. Right guys, escaping is a massive thing in PvP because if you get out DPS by your opponent and you don't want to die, you're going to have to escape if you're, say, TB'd or you're far from the 30 line where you can teleport. I'm going to show you guys 2 easy, simple ways on how to escape in PvP combat. The first one, we call this the tree hugger. Let me show you guys the tree hugger. Alright guys, I'm in combat with a person who's much stronger than me and I need to escape. He's just TB'd me. I'm going to show you guys how to hug, right? So as you guys can see here, I just got frozen. So I don't want to try to get the freeze now. I want to get the freeze when I have about 4 or 5 seconds left on the freeze. So when I'm frozen and he's frozen, you know, I have time and he doesn't. So as you guys can see there, I've just caught an entangle and I've hid behind the tree. This makes it so he can't hit me, I can escape, and I have plenty of time. So that's how you tree hug. You freeze your target around an object, i.e. a tree. It could be a cave, it could be an entrance of some sort. And make sure you try escape on a fresh freeze, guys. That is very important, trying to escape on a fresh freeze. And yeah, just use the trees and stuff like that as an advantage on how to escape. Now guys, the next step on how to escape is these things here, mithril seeds. Mithril seeds, they are used to plant you in a direction when you are frozen. So when you get frozen, you can use mithril seeds and it will pull you. For example, mithril seeds pull you to the west, adamant seeds pull you to the east. I can show you in several ways on how you can escape people with these seeds. Start hearing me. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys now how to escape using mithril seeds or adamant seeds. So as you guys can see, say for example, I'm out of food. My opponent's attacking me. I want to try to get a fresh freeze. So I'm making sure I'm trying to get my prayers right. As you can see, boom, as soon as you see the XP drop that you've frozen him, all you want to do is, for example, seed. Seed, step back and seed underneath him. If he has seeds, you can encounter it by seeding underneath him quickly because you will still have immunity from when you were last frozen. So that's how you use the mithril seeds to escape. I'm going to say it again, guys. You freeze them. So for example, my target comes over here. He freezes them, and I seed underneath him, and then step back underneath him. He has no way of planting seeds. He's freshly frozen, and you guys have an escape. Now that I've shown you guys the freeze hug and how to seed, I'm going to show you guys a quick little compilation. I don't even know if I said that word right, but of me escaping. Right, here we go. Operation escape. Yeah, just hit me down and I'll try to escape. Boom, just like that. I've got the escape. He's going to try seed maybe. Wherever he seeds, you have to try follow the seed. So right there, he just screwed himself. That's one escape. Trying to use the statue as my advantage to hug. Just like that. I've escaped. Just following him around. He can't hit me around the object. Okay, here. What we're going to do. I'm going to catch an entangle. Nice. So I've frozen him on a flower. He can't move. If you freeze someone on these flowers, guys, they can't move. So you've already got to log out. That's a little cheat code for you guys. Right, guys. I'm now going to show you guys how to manage your brews and restores and your hard food whilst you're fighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight this guy. Okay, we're fighting now. What you guys want to do is, guys, when you are taking damage, I want you guys to keep brewing, but I still want you guys to do damage back so it like almost slows your opponent down that they are forced to eat. So, for example, the ratio is 3 brew sips to 1 restore sip. So it doesn't matter if you guys are brewing because you're still going to be doing damage back to them, as you guys can see. So just make sure, even if you feel like you're on a back foot, just keep managing your food like that. 3 brews, guys, to 1 restore. So as you guys can see, I'm down damage. I'm going to keep making sure I restore. The ratio is 3 brew sips to 1 restore. And just like that, guys, I've turned the fight around because I didn't slow myself down. I'm doing damage to my opponent. I'm keeping my HP high. And yeah, just make sure, like, this is a, say this is a raw fight. I'm just showing you guys, you know, how to manage your food. So I'm going to let my HP get low, for example, here. I'll take my prayer off so he can hit me. Okay, guys, as you can see, I'm 50 HP. Make sure I get my overheads right. I'm eating. But I'm still doing damage. I'm still doing damage. So make sure, guys, I'll say it again. 3 brew sips to 1 resource sip. It doesn't matter if you're brewed down, guys. You're still going to hit because you're on pures. Also, guys, I want to show you guys, if you're starting pure PKing and you're starting in a set like this, where you have an account, for example, 50 attack, and you have a Zamrock staff with a Zamrock cape, I want you guys to know about this spellbook here, Flames of Zamrock. So, Flames of Zamrock, it lowers your opponent's mage attack level. So, for example, if they're 99, it will drop. I want you guys to know, even being brewed down, this thing still hits high. So, if you're still managing your food, guys, I'm still hitting big. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm brewed down. So that's just a little tip for you guys. And remember, 3 brews to 1 restore. And yeah, make sure, you know, you're using your full advantage so you guys can maximize your DPS. So take that for 4. If you're brewed down and you're in your mage gear, remember, you can still use the Zamrock Flames brewed down and it still does good damage. Right, guys, pre-pots. As you guys can see here, I bought this chug and barrel. For those who are not familiar, it is a potion storage device where you drink all your pots in 1 click. The order I have mine in is Meta Fight first, Super Combat, Ranging Potion, Stamina, and Venom. And that's pretty much what you need for a pure. To be fair, you could probably switch to Stamina with an Anti-Fire. Because a lot of pures use Dragon Bolt C. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're pre-potting before you head out into the wilderness or before a fight. So you still have the strong advantage at the start of the fight, so you're hitting high. And yeah, just make sure you guys are using a chug and barrel, and if you can't afford it, just buy pre-pots in one doses and sip it before you go or tally up to a fight. But Greg, why do I take so much damage? It's okay, it's normal. Pures are 1 defense. You're gonna get hit every single time. It's all about a game of momentum and outlasting. Guys, it's important. That's why I said you're going to be taking a lot of damage. That's why it's important to have the hard food, the triple eats, the double eats, and why prayer is so important. So you guys have to make sure you are on point with your prayers, and yeah, you know, it will keep you safe, man. It will keep you safe. Right, guys, gear selection, gear choice of selection. Right, if you guys starting off, depending on what build you are, if you're a 50 attack build, I highly recommend this setup because this is your only spec web that you'll probably be, you know, what will be most efficient for you. We got the Zamrock monk top. We got the Zamrock staff. If you're using a Zamrock staff, you have to use a Zamrock cape. Okay, you get that by completing Major Arena 2. You want to use a combat bracelet instead of mithril gloves. I know it's a bit more expensive, but it is better. And you do have a teleport out using this thing. You want to go with the ring. You want to go with a ring of recoil. And your +1, you want it to be a dragon crossbow. For your spec web, you want a granite maul. Right, you can have a room pouch in this setup, but it's gonna cost you. Room pouches right now on the market are, I said on the market, on the Grand Exchange, are 4 mil, and if you're gonna be protecting it with a 12 element pouch, that is 875k plus 500k. So I don't think it's worth it, because every time you die, you're gonna have to spend like 2 mil to like repair your room pouch and then make it so you don't lose it again. You're gonna be dying a lot, guys, and it's okay. Don't feel discouraged if you die. It's all part of the process. I learned from PKing that the more deaths like leading up to it made me such a great PKer who I am today. So for a 50 attack setup, I would definitely go this setup because it's cheap. If you die, you don't lose that much. And yeah, this is for 50 attack people. Now guys, we're gonna step it up a notch if you're 50 attack. This is a complete different set. This set is very overpowered. You know, you got the Elder Chaos, what gives a +5 magic damage increase, alongside with the Occult, the Smoke Battle Staff, which works well with the Tome of Fire. So I think your max Fire Surge in this is a 44. So this is different to the other setup, because the other setup you could use Flames of Zamrock, but with this setup you can actually use Fire Surge, and you save out on inventory slots too. So you only need Ref Runes to be able to cast the Fire Surge because you have the Tome of Fire. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is setup number 2. And here we have it, guys. This is the final setup. Like, this is a good max PNH setup. We've changed the staff and we've gone with a Toxic Staff. We've got the Room Pouch now included. We've got an Infernal Cape, which could be substituted with a Fire Cape. This is overpowered because, like say, you can Fire Surge, but also on the regular spellbook, the Toxic Staff for the Dead counts as a Zamrock Staff, so you can still use Flames with this, and you can use it to Staff Bash. We got the Light Bearer to replenish our spec, so we get spec faster, and this overall is a really one of my favorite setups. So I'm going to put all of this into action, and you guys are going to watch me pure PK and get a pure PK. It's TV'd. Get a freeze. Let's charge up. Let's use our Flame of Zamrock to lower his mage. Keep our distance. Chuck a Fire Surge. Oh, he should have died there. So as you guys can see, I'm bottom switching. So everything is together. If you guys want to start to include fakies, a good easy fakie I recommend is the bolt to the fakie DDS back into the boat. And this guy's not eating. He should be tripling. He should be following the Greg 2007 pure PKing guide. So here we're going to catch a freeze. Remember, I'm low HP, but I'm still doing damage back. Look at that, 35 brood down. I'm still doing damage back while spurring. Got my HP to full. Hit 0. Boom, that's high enough hit. And he's dead. And good fight, ladies and gentlemen. Just as easy as that. He called me an idiot. Okay, that's not respectable. Hopefully he can learn from our guide. And guys, if there's anything I missed on this guide, please make sure to let me know. And I tried to keep it as basic as possible. And for those who are going to start the PKing journey, I wish you all the best, and don't be afraid to die. And let me know how you guys get on. And I want you guys to come back in maybe a week or two and let me know how, if any of these tips have helped you PK. Love, take care, and have a good one.